Good evening. It's a Thursday, and we are back right here on Ubuntu channel with PaNsaka, where we look at different social issues affecting our families, affecting our nation, and our society. Let me start by apologizing for the technical challenges that we're having here and there. Wow, technology has got its own hurdles. However, our program continues, and as usual, we do have Evangelist Shabula in studio. Good evening, Evangelist.
Good evening, CJ, and good evening, friends and brothers and colleagues. Thank you.
Always a pleasure having you. Viewers, we are having Evangelist via phone. Like I had mentioned, these technical challenges, load shedding, and the whole host of these things. We are also joined by Aunty Caroline. Aunty Caroline, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, CJ. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, everyone listening.
Thank you very much. Now, viewers, tonight we are looking at anger management, and please do make it a point to drop in your comment, your question, your contribution, because we would like to interact with you. So please feel free, use the chat section in Facebook, and there's a WhatsApp line that will also introduce. You can send your messages through that one, as well as call us. Well, getting straight into tonight's discussion, anger management. Evangelist, I'm throwing the ball to you. Please give us a few introductions and a few definitions of what we are looking at tonight. Evangelist.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you, Carol. And I don't know if Himba is there, and our brother who had the funeral. I wish him God's guidance and the consolation from God, so that he finds his feet again to run the race on this earth. So I pray that the good Lord will be with him. Now, having said this, I must say that we are looking at the anger management. Anger management. So under anger management, I will try to define what anger is, so that we understand what we're talking about. So in this instance, anger, in my simplest way, I would say, this is actually a strong feeling or displeasure that usually comes and is of, antagonism. In most cases, you have got a strong feeling of displeasure. You are not happy about something that has happened. Somebody that is threatening your life. You are not treated. You feel you are not treated well, or you've been publicly humiliated, or having your self-esteem undermined, or confidence in a public eye, you are dropped. You go down. In other words, ni ukalipa. Ukalipa chifua vintu vinaende bwino. Ibintu tienda kabo tu wanyema ukufua na ufua pantu fintu vimo tafiendele bwino. So we are looking at something that is nasty, something that has disturbed you. You flare up. So this is what we are looking at. And so when we talk of management, we are talking about how to handle it so that it doesn't get out of control, so that it doesn't injure you or injure others around you. So that is what we are trying to do. We are not saying that you should not get angry, but we are saying when you get angry, how far should you go? And then how do you handle that anger so that it doesn't explode in your hands and create problems for you and the others around you? That is what we are looking at. Let me stop there.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Aunty Caroline, I need you to throw in your thoughts and your introductory remarks on tonight's discussion.
Okay. Thank you so much, CJ. As we are looking at before we look at the anger management, when we look at the anger itself, which Evangelist has explained, it's a normal or universal human emotions that is experienced by everyone. Yeah, he's talked about displeasure. It's a feeling of annoyance. You are so much annoyed. Yes, I think that's what I can say.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for your contribution. Back to Evangelist. Evangelist, I'll require you now to get into details of anger management, and let's have your submissions before we get to the questions.
Thank you so much. You see, CJ and Carol, I must say that getting angry is human. Getting angry is just like feeling hungry. We all feel hungry. We all want to eat. And the anger, we all get angry. And sometimes we are angered, and sometimes we cause other people to be angry with us. But CJ, there's what we call anger which is out of control. Now, anger which is out of control is anger which you can't manage. Anger which can lead you into troubles. Anger that can lead you to be separated from the loved ones that you live with. And also sometimes from the community where you live in. Or sometimes the anger where you end up beating up somebody, you go to prison. Or you beat somebody and kill that person, and then you go to prison for life because you failed to manage your anger. There are certain times when we have said the unprintables to our friends. Sometimes your own wife, or your own husband, or your own boyfriend, or your own girlfriend, or your own children, or your own parents, or your own relative, or your own teacher, or your own pastor, or your own member of the church or community, or your best workers, or sometimes your supervisor. You use words that discourages, words that cannot be erased from the heart. When they hear the name Shabula, what will come to their mind is what you said or what you did to them. Now, when anger gets to that level, it will cause you to do wrong things and get into troubles. But I must say that we can all get angry. You know, we can all get angry, but there is a way that we should not allow that anger to be. You know, today I'll use a Bible text. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26 and 27, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26 and 27 says, be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and give no opportunity to the devil. Now, the Bible says, be angry. Did you hear that?
Yes, Evangelist.
The Bible does not say that don't get angry. If you are going to be angry, be angry. But as you get angry, don't sin. And do not allow the sun to go down on your anger.
Yes.
It means Zuba isangene yuokaripa. This does not mean that you get a stool or a chair and sit outside watching the sun. So that you can want to be Zuba if again, then what you mind that okay, I've forgiven you. Here he talks about time.
Mm.
Don't take too long on your anger,
Uh-huh.
because you are going to give an opportunity to the devil to test you, to try you, and dictate to you what to do.
Mm.
In the end, you regret that you got angry.
Uh-huh.
So that's what it is. So, and then from there, if you look at Psalms 37, verse 8, the Bible says, don't give it to worry or anger.
Mm.
It will lead you to troubles. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Do not give it to worry or anger.
Anger.
It will lead you to trouble.
Trouble.
So, in other words, here, these are warnings. These are teachings by wise men that anger can actually affect us. And sometimes this can cause worry, it can cause troubles, or it can lead us to troubles. So we need to manage our anger very, very well. Now, some of the things that we need to do in managing our anger is that we need to exercise regularly. Tamanga, walking, swimming, running, and then from there, reduce on stress. These are some of the things that can help us reduce on what we need to reduce. Then try do yoga or some mindfulness. Make sure you get enough sleep. People who don't sleep enough, in most cases, they become so angry, even over small things. Make time to relax. At times, find time to relax. Go and visit Carol. Go and visit CJ. Just go to Manda Hill there, for those that are in Lusaka. For those who are in Kitwe, go to Riverside. Those who are in Dola, go to town. Those who are in Livingston, wherever you are. Those who are in London, go to Shepherd Bush, go to Ruislip, go to Harrington. Those who in New York, go to 54th Street and visit the place. Those who are in Germany, you can go to the airport there, it's beautiful. Those in Italy, you can go to Roma. Those in India, you can go to Saha Airport. You can go to Bandra. You know, these are places that you can enjoy, you know, and relax. Sometimes it's better to go to and relax with your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband. It is part of relaxation. Create time and create activities. Sometimes get into writing, write stories, write a book. Sometimes make music, dance. Like Evangelist enjoys dancing. I enjoy dancing, so I dance, and just to take away stress when I'm broke, I have no money, and maybe I'm disappointed. I go in the gym, I put kanyimbo, I start jumping what and what, I get tired, I shed a bit of fat and stress and whatever it is. It helps. The other thing that we must know is that, you know, when your temper flares, put the relaxation skills to work. Relax. Practice deep breathing exercise. Imagine relaxing or repeat a calming word, a good word. Sometimes sit there and just listen to music as you are enjoying. So that is what some of the things that we need to do. And let me say this, CJ. One thing that can help us do away or correct our mistakes is to admit that you are angry. Admit that you are angry. Then from there, believe you can control your anger. Tell yourself that you can.
Yes.
You can what? You can control your anger. You know, sometimes ask yourself, is it necessary? Is it necessary for me to get angry? Or if I'm angry, is it necessary for me to go out of control or to lose my control of my anger or my emotions? So these are things that can help you. If not, decide how to solve them. This step only works only when you are calm. Express yourself, assertively. So the issue is that, only those, please understand me, here you need to decide and then agree to say, no, I think I need to go away with this. So these are some of the things. So stay calm, try to listen to other people, give them space, put boundaries around yourself. You ask yourself, is it worth it? Should I get this far? What should I do? Then look after your weaknesses. What is it that has caused you to lose your temper? So all these things, they work. Maybe let me, as I allow, give chance to Carol. I'll look at Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 and 32. The Bible says, let all bitterness, bitterness and wrath and the anger and the clamor and the slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Now, these that I've read here can bring a lot of problems to us. That is the bitterness. Whether you kalipa, uzonda mzako, or the things are not okay, or you are broke manje, ikusoba kwandala makuja, ufuro kalipile bali. They are not. It's your problem.
Yeah.
The other issue is, bana bako, there's a problem, and you want to get annoyed. Maybe your husband, things have not gone away. You want to bring that anger to innocent people. You are a doctor, wamba ukalipila my patients. You are a policeman, wamba kuchela bantu wamelu masales. You are a nurse, wamba kulasa bantu my injections. Ya man, kulipe mampala, kulikamo manzi. Ndiwe kuku, wamba kulikamo logo muli bakudi ati bantu baditaje so. Ndiwe driver, instead that we fuel waikamo diesel muchite mutanki ya fuel. Ndiwe conductor wadabuli machite ma price once because you annoyed. No. Behave well. Take control of your anger. Do not allow your anger to have control over you, or else you have troubles. So let me end here and allow my colleague also to contribute. Thank you, CJ.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Aunty Caroline, we're now throwing you on stage. Let's have your submissions as well.
Okay. As Evangelist has explained a lot of things, anger can also cause a lot of problems, like damage your relationship with others. As he was saying, it's how you handle the anger, the emotions, okay? Because it can affect other people. It's like when the water is boiling on the stove, if it keeps on spilling on the stove, it can cause a lot of damage. Yeah, it's the same way if you're angry, because that energy, it affects other people. Yes. Also, it also causes health problems like high blood pressure, because you have these high heart palpitations. It can also cause it also triggers the feeling of being threatened. Yeah, the feeling of being disturbed, the feeling of being frustrated. Just others, they even feel injustice, So also, anger can also be replaced. Is a replacement of other emotions, okay? Like emotional pain, okay? Fear, loneliness, sadness, loss. But how do you manage this anger? Because it needs to be managed. As Evangelist said, he read the scripture, it's normal to get angry. But how do you manage this anger? because it needs to be managed, because if it goes beyond it, it brings all those like damages with with relationship with other people. Okay, how do you deal with this anger also? He mentioned about exercise. You also do the breathing in exercise. He mentioned the gym. Others can do the breathing exercise where you count 1 up to 10. Like you breathe in, out. You breathe in, out, because you're coming down the nerves, that anger, you're coming it down. So you take time to react by slowing down, like breathing in. Okay. If you need to leave a room where someone is making you angry, it's normal. Just leave the room, go away, take a walk, leave that person, maybe give space. As you come back, you find that the anger is gone. Sometimes the other people can even go to maybe where there's a river, you scream out, you just scream, you shout out. Others, the anger goes just like that. Yes. There are others also who do the journal. Like myself, I do journal writing. I love journal writing. Yeah, because you there are times you write like pages, how you want to say the things you want to talk to a person. You are not telling them direct, but you just
You,
write them down and go
you
and
write
burn
it
them
down.
outside. Yes, you write the paragraphs, you write how many paragraphs, you release that anger and you
Mm,
burn the papers outside. You burn them out and the anger is gone.
mm,
Yes.
Yes.
So those are some of the things that helps us to manage
mm.
the anger. Yes, CJ.
Yeah, Mr. Abia is also in. Sorry, I just want to
Okay.
recognize him. Mr. Nyarenda, welcome to the program. Good evening.
It's a lovely good evening, Mr. CJ, Honorable Evangelist Shabula, and Madam Carlo, and to all the viewers out there. Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you. Auntie Caroline, you can conclude
Yes.
that submission. Then we also allow Mr. Abia to come in.
Okay. And it's very important to identify what is making you angry.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you identify what is making you angry, this is very important because you should be able to take steps to resolve the problem. You can't just let the problem every time it's making you angry. So take steps to resolve that problem. Identify the problem and take those steps. Okay? Yeah. And it will help you feel calm and be able to resolve difficulty without losing temper, difficult issues without losing temper. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for your submissions. Allow me to also bring in Mr. Abia. Mr. Abia, welcome. Great to have you. Please go in straight with your submissions.
Yeah, thank you so much, CJ. A lot of things have been said by Washaula and Wo Caroline. I just want to add some few things or few ideas. And Caroline said, identify some of the areas that you find yourself reacting in a temper way or in a anger way. I think identification is a many issue. I think if you were able to identify that, oh, these things made me to react in this manner. These things cause me to react in this manner. So when you identify those areas, now ask yourself, okay, what if these things happen? How can I control my anger towards this? For instance, in our different homes, TJ, we don't want people to shift some tables. That table we used to chair, right? We don't want the people or my children when sweeping in the house, they change the area that or the way you have put it. Maybe see south, south north or north south or west east. Then the other one has put that table in an opposite way. Some they do react. Why am I so table? It's in my soil. You see that? Yeah. So some they also react on how you open the window. You see how you open the window. They do react. We don't open the window like that. We don't. You see that? Yeah. Then others they do react when you open or close the door. When you open or close the door, they don't want that sound of inches. You see, the sound of inches of that door, they don't want them to be heard. Who has opened the door? Is this the way I will open the door? You see that? So, if you identify those areas, then now come to a solution. How can I hold my anger on these scenarios? Okay? Sometimes you have seen that bad things happening. You consider yourself as bad things, but it's not bad at all. But you consider yourself as bad and you do react. Then put a mark. Okay, when I see this, I have to pretend like I did see it. Then I need to practice myself to control that thing. For instance, if it is a table that has been shaped by the other one, just put it in place the way it was. So if you manage yourself to do that action, which means now you are controlling that temper. If someone has tuned in a different station which you don't like in the radio or TV or channels, you just go politely to say, in my presence, don't switch to these channels because I don't like them. Okay, when you're alone, yes, you can switch to these channels. You can watch them. I have no problem. You can listen to this. I have no problem. But when I am in the house, please don't. In a polite way. Then you are managing your anger. But if you want somebody to manage your anger, it will be very difficult because it will go and escalate, and that person will be also will paint you bad because you say, "Hey, our cool, our sauzika." You see that? So I think that's what I can say on what Madam Caroline said to say identify. So this is how you can identify, but don't just identify them. Find solutions. How you can handle that? How can you differ from that reaction of others? That's my submission for now, CJ. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abia. I'm going to go back to Evangelist, and I have a question. If there are those people where something happens, they start banging things around. Okay, if it's in a home, madam akambekwa chabe asitekwa chabe question kantu nishimbama muni madam ngati mwana lipafupi chibaka. Okay, if how some people might not really see that as an issue. How can you know that you have an anger problem and you need to start working on it?
CJ, I just want to appreciate Abia the way he has explained it, and also Madam Caroline, the way she came out and brought out all those points. Very, very deep, very important, and good to follow. Now, that question you've asked, first of all, when I talked about this in my open remarks, I talked of, accepting. You need to accept that you are short-tempered. You need to accept that you are an angry man and angry woman. And you must accept that when you are angry, in most cases, your anger gets out of control. You are not able to control yourself. Once you have accepted that, then the next question would be, what is it that makes me lose my control? Do I smoke daga mbanje? Mbanje? Is it the one which helps me? Is it kalipa maningi? Number two, when I drink, is it when I insult people? And then they live, in a hostile situation because of me. Or sometimes kutapa manzi kuja mchachi ya manzi, koni bagamba kutapa kuja koni niba kalipeno kwenda na switching off, turn off the taps, so that bavutike. What exactly do I do? So once you have identified what triggers you into getting angry, then you'll be able to handle it. Just like my brother, Abia put it. It will help you. Now, the other issue that we must understand is that, sometimes people tell you, those people are a mirror. They're a mirror to us. Your neighbor, your wife, your husband, your children, the people that we live there with, even at church, they will tell you, Bashaba Mufu Kalipa Imwe. Bakamba so antu Kalipa Maningi. Simukalipa Maningi. I'll give you an example, a friend of mine was short-tempered. He was a carpenter. So anaipa mwamba paja.
Evangelist, we seem to have lost Evangelist there. Okay, Aunty Caroline,
Yes.
I'll bring the same question to you. From an individual perspective, what are some of the things that can help you identify that you have an anger issue?
Okay. How do you, what are some of the things that can help you identify that you have an anger issue? It's when you get irritated with everything. Yeah, like when you get irritated, because there must be also maybe unresolved issues that triggers that anger every time. So, and there's always the underlying issue that triggers that anger. So you need to identify the symptom, what is really causing this anger. So there must be a symptom that is causing the anger. So it's identifying the symptom. What is it that causes this anger? Because anger is triggered from something that is causing it. Yeah, the symptom, there must be a symptom somewhere that is causing that anger. Well, so when you identify that, you need to take steps to resolve that problem, because it can't continue. I gave an example of boiling water on the stove. You will not just reduce the heat, because it will keep on spilling and it will cause damage. So the best way, remove the pot from the heat. the stove, so that it cools down. Yeah, it cools down so that you know what is causing the water to boil because of the heat there. So you remove the pot. So you need to identify the symptom that is triggering, causing the trigger the anger. Okay. So yes. So we need to identify there must be a symptom somewhere that is really causing this. So when you identify that, take a step, work on that. Because you can't just let it be or ignore. You can't ignore that. Because it will continue threatening you, because it also it damages your health. You start having high blood pressure. You start having hypertensions. Yeah. So you need to identify what is really causing this. You need to know the symptom that is really triggering the anger. Okay.
Yeah.
So
We have
identify.
Evangelist back.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, Auntie Caroline. Evangelist is back. Evangelist.
Yes, I can get you.
Yeah.
I can get Carol.
Okay, great.
Very good. Yeah. So what I was saying is that here I was trying to show also the effect of anger on your life. So what it is that, this friend of mine was on the 3rd floor of the house, and they were roofing the house. And down there was his friend who he asked to give him nails because they had run out of nails. Now the gentleman downstairs did not hear. He did not hear. He did not understand what he needed to do. Instead, he just picked, a hammer. A hammer and a plank, and he climbed, and then he gave it to him. Then he asked him, he changed everyone passage. At night, a hammer, hammer. Who told you to fly a hammer? I think a hammer is a chair, but plan in case he himself. And then he broke that, and now he came, and he broke his leg and died. Now what happened? It is because of anger. Someone told him, somebody break this, and somebody brought something different. Sure, did that need him to shout, and then he hit the plank where he was sitting, and then he fall and break his hand and leg?
No.
Was it necessary?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't necessary. So here what we're talking about is that, in most cases, the things that we do, the number one person who will suffer for getting angry, it is not the individual that you're attacking. It is not the family that you're attacking. It is not the community that you're attacking. It is yourself. One, you are actually chasing away friends, colleagues, relatives, a wife, a relationship. You are chasing them away. You are losing good relationship with those people. It will affect you. Number two, you will not get any help from these people in the event that you need help because they are not available. You are going to lose because you failed to manage your anger. Then from there, health-wise, Caroline has put it very, very clear. When you are angry, Jay, are you listening? CJ?
Yes, Evangelist.
When you are angry, your blood clots inside here. Clots reducing on the oxygen. The oxygen does not move properly to the brain. By so doing, it causes my pressure, my high blood pressure, my low blood pressure, depending which pressure you are on. And then from there, in addition to that, you'll find that the civic it will close permanently for a long time to the toilet. Because one, you lose the appetite to eat, you can't eat because you are angry. And you can't go to the toilet. And the sphincter equals that we have variato because of anger. Your blood cannot, cannot circulate, you cannot circulate properly. As a result, the oxygen, deoxygenated blood does not get to all parts of your body, and you suffer because of that. So the question is it necessary for you to get angry? Now, when you have such a problem, you need to talk it over with whoever it is. In other words, calm down, settle down. After you've settled down, when you are ready to talk, not when you are ready to scream, not when you are ready to shout. I'm talking about talking, discussing intelligently. Then that's when you can open that discussion, and then you discuss it intelligently. You listen to the other person as they talk, and then from there you speak with a cool voice. Now, as you speak, if you feel that if you begin hearing your voice, then it means you are shouting. Because when you get angry, the eardrums closes. You can't hear what you are saying, so you have to shout because of anger. Now, anger is not our friend. Anger is our enemy. Anger is not love. Anger is not care. Anger is not concern. Anger does not build us. Anger destroys us. It destroys a good relationship, a CJ between you and your wife. If you become an angry person, your wife will be scared of talking to you. Least you beat her. Least you insult her. Least you dishonor. Least you demean her. So she'll be scared. Number two, when you treat a lady like that, even when you want to have sex with her, she will not have appetite for you because she'll be sleeping with a monk, with a monster, with a devil, with a Satan, with an old serpent, with a cruel person, with a violent person. So she will not be attracted. Vice versa, the man will not be attracted to have a lady who insults a lady who is short-tempered. And short-temperedness does not lead us to sanity. It leads us to insanity.
Evangelist, the last point even you yourself, when you are angry, mwatapita sex ngankareko. All right.
So it's a chain reaction. There are a lot of things that will not be done as a result of your anger. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I would like to flip the question a bit. In family setup, say your spouse is short-tempered, your spouse has got anger issues. How can you help them? How can you best deal with the situation so that your partner is able to, manage their situation? I'll start with you, Mr. Abia.
Your spouse, your partner, is a short-tempered. Yeah, sometimes it's an advantage if your partner has that problem. That means you can be a first doctor to your partner. You can be a first doctor, because to my case, I treat someone who is short-tempered as short-temper as a disease on its own. This is why I'm saying you can be a first doctor to your partner. In terms of this, since this one is your partner, whether it's your wife or husband, you able to get that person well and good, okay, you find time to speak to your partner. Darling, I have something to discuss with you, okay? I know I do really love you. I do really care about you. But I am worried of your health when it comes to temper. You know, when it comes to this, the way you react, do you know? No, I don't know, my darling. Tell me. Okay, you do this, you do this, you do this. Then us, we have no option but just to tolerate you. Is that good? You say that? In that way, you are helping your partner to realize what his behavior or his reaction or her reaction is when it comes to temper. Say, okay, then now why are you tolerating me? Then say that no, we don't want you to continue showing us that face of anger or that anger to continue because it will affect you. You see, when you continue this is what will happen to you. Show him or her the dangers he or she may face when that behavior continues. You see, CJ, evangelists have talked about the holes where we used to breathe, our skin used to breathe, they come close. Okay, some they don't know that, some they doesn't know that thing. Okay, so now if us we know that thing, show him. If there is a reference nearby, show that person that reference. Okay, this is
Yeah.
what the doctors say. This is what in hygienic way they say. Okay, if you continue this is what is going to happen to you. Would you like
Okay.
you yourself to have this problem? Then that person will say, okay, you are helping me. Okay, so how can I? You see, some will still come and continue asking to say, how can I manage my temper then? Okay? So
Right.
let us be open to our partners. Let's not interfere. Be open so that we help them. Let's be the first doctor to our partners so that they can get helped. Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Mr. Abia. Auntie Caroline, same question to you. Wandwagi fukushi wama temper. You a partner like that, how do you help them? How do you handle them?
Okay, my phone is about to go off, but before it goes off, I can do a bit of contribution. I think a person who's easily angered, I think you can't sit down with them and talk to them about their anger issues. They actually they can't see it from their side. Yeah, it's a blind spot to them. They can't see it the way you see it. Yes. So the way you can handle such a person is just to take away their power. The more they expect you to expect more expectation from them, you stop expecting anything. When they're angry, when they're just ignore. Don't say anything. They'll fail to continue arguing or angry with you because they'll feel as if I can say in Bemba, I can say that quite like kumsulo muntu, in short. So they will not continue with that anger. Yeah. So and a person with anger issues, they don't see it. It's a blind spot to them. So how you take away that power is just ignoring. When they want to talk, ignore, keep quiet. When they want to talk more, just keep quiet because they will fail to continue. They can't. How do you continue with someone who is quiet? So you take away that power, that anger, you take it away. by just keeping quiet. Eventually themselves they'll realize, but how do I continue being angry to someone who's not responding, who's not talking back, or
Who's
who's not
come?
maybe fighting back? Yes.
Okay, right. We are running out of time. Evangelist, I'll throw the same question to you. Bantu fukushi, temper. How do you handle such a partner, such a person in a home?
Yes. Let me put it between husbands and wife. Each one must know the character or the behavior of the other very, very well. And two, you must also know your own behavior, your own character. It is expected. Caroline again came up with a very wonderful point where she says a person who is short-tempered has a blind spot. They will not see or know that they are short-tempered until when they are reminded. Until when they are reminded. Even though when they are reminded, sometimes they'll put up an argument. You need to prove to them that for sure what you are saying is true. If you don't say it properly, they will get angry again.
You become a victim.
You become a victim of their anger. So we need to be very careful. Now, what do you do? First of all, let's ensure that we study them and know them. And two, avoid getting in the areas where they will easily be angered. I repeat, let us avoid avenues that are sensitive to them, that cause them to get angry. For example, you are supporting Chelsea, the other one is supporting Arsenal. If they are supporting Arsenal and you support Chelsea, don't say that the Arsenal has lost in their presence. They'll get angry. Or you can say it was a good game, and I'm sure those that have not done well, they will do well next time. You need to be diplomatic. So in other words, identify their mistakes, and just as you identify your own weaknesses, and then be careful how you talk to them, how you do these other things. Also, it is also important to make them aware of their weaknesses. Sometimes they may not understand or know that they're short-tempered or that they're angry. They may not know. So you need to find a way of talking to them. Like Abia, put it, when you are talking to your wife or your husband, you have to be romantic. On a day when you bought chitenge and you've given her your handbag.
And the mood is nice.
Maybe that day they talk about that. If it's the husband, on a day where you've given him good sex and the gentleman yoni, that's when you can bring that topic and say, but this is how I would want to, on daily basis. Now sometimes you spoil this, life because of your anger over things that I don't understand properly. So why don't we live a better life so that we can continue enjoying this what you are, this which I have given you, and you guys come back and you pass your food. Then you remember that that gentleman has yeah. So now the issue here is that anger is destructive. That we must understand. Without missing our ways, we must know that anger is destructive. Anger destroys. Anger does not build. We should hate anger the way we hate mosquitoes, the way we hate COVID-19, the way we hate other diseases, including cholera and HIV and all other diseases which are dangerous. That is how anger should not be allowed to not in our homes, in our relationships, in our place of work. Because it will be very, very difficult to supervise an angry person. akakuza ndi ine bosini ndingamumenye ndikasakumenya nachoka na chini. Now, how do you handle such a person? So we need to be very, very careful. And at the same time, weaknesses are also a source of a point of us coming together so that we can work together. You know, weaknesses or anger. When you see anger or any weakness in your colleague, you are not supposed to. We are not just supposed to separate or divorce that person, whatever it is. It is a project that the two of you should work on. You know, yeah. So you need to work on so that you can bring a solution to the problem that you have. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say here is that it is important for us to manage our anger properly so that at the end of the day, peace retains in our relationships, friendship retains in our marriage, and development and the progress comes in our homes. And we must understand, as I end, CJ, in a home where people fight, where they quarrel, the Spirit of the Lord will not reside. God will not be there. Jesus, who is the light of the world, will not be in that relationship because there's too much fighting. Maybe so actually, so if we want His blessings, let's promote peace and do away with the anger, and let's manage our anger. If we have it, let's manage our anger properly, so that it can be a tool of peace and a tool of development. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Mr. Nyerenda, thank you very much. Aunty Caroline, thank you for your submissions. Tonight, we've been looking at anger management, and we've had a good 57 minutes looking at this issue. We want our homes to be full of love, and we want our community to be a peaceful community. Ngatuona tu vantu vakutabani mukafuka chepa nyumba vana vonse tepa pisa mapisa madam ukalibe kusegula dwenzo imba kanyimbo ukangena che ankara cheolo. Check yourself out. Yeah, Evangelist has delivered a lot. Mr. Abia as well as Caroline, have offloaded how we can ensure that we work on that weakness if you have anger issues. Well, if you need counseling, Evangelist Shabula's number is on screen: 0977 527 407. 0977 527 407. That is Evangelist number. You can get hold of him whether you're having marital issues. He is the man that you need to get in touch with. Well, it's been a lovely program that we've had tonight, and this is where we are going to call it a night. From me, Evangelist, Aunty Caroline, Mr. Abia, and each and everyone who has been part of the program and the broadcast, want to say thank you and to make a date with us next week for another exciting program. But as we go away, I'm just going to leave an ad for something that you should look out for over the weekend, so that you can release the stress, you can cool down and enjoy yourself, relax, so that katakaokari mukachosepo. So good night and God bless.
Extreme Pure Madness. Digital Events presents Women's Edition Legends Night at Woodland Stadium on the 27th of September 2024. Performing live on stage, Sister D, Angela Nyerenda, Alice Chuma, Mumpy, Jodio,
Get your pre-sale tickets from all ShopRite stores nationwide for 150 kwacha only, and at the gate 200 kwacha.
Just imagine your favorite female celebrities sharing one stage for the very first time. Mark your calendar on the 27th of September 2024 at Woodland Stadium.
Advent powered by Digital Events, Big Tree Bento, Code Red, Flying Fish, iCreative and Brothers Mocktail.
It's gonna be crazy shaking, foot-stamping, from the first ounce to the last bounce. This you can't miss.
You better be there.